know, that's how. Otherwise, it was a goal. It was a good shot, in fact, by Nainggolan through a forest of legs.
Initially, interestingly, if you see the free kick when it is taken, it is not aimed towards him. Now, there's a lot of debate that goes on in football about players being active. Now, it goes to the left wing, while the offside has been given towards the D, Mark. I mean, is it fair? Do you think it's fair?
Well, you've got to take the rough with the smooth with the VAR, haven't you? You know, it's there for a reason. You can only stop the VAR when the ball goes out of play, or the ball is stopped, and that's going back to, I mean, yeah, it's offside, isn't it, you know, and it's the right decision. It's obviously not the, you know, the great for Inter Milan and their supporters, but if we're going to take the VAR, we've got to take it for all of its good points and bad points too.
All right, which is why we don't have a goal in that match. It stands at 0-0. Like we spoke about, that it hasn't had the most chances that we would have hoped for it. Inter could create with the kind of attacking prowess they have.
To come in on his left foot, but they haven't created any opportunities, and you can actually see Sampdoria getting the first goal in this, and seeing how
players as well, starting from the front, where we're talking about Icardi, you know, getting into position, scoring goals, a man who's been in form against Sampdoria ever since he's left the club. But right now, it just seems like the entire team is suffering from
certainly leaves you open to question. And you know, you guys come here and you have the right. Clearly, he has a good side. He's got a good squad. Actually, I mean, he's not the biggest squad, really. He has a decent squad of players. He can make these changes. When Aurier comes in, he's a good player. When Davis comes in, he's a good player. He can change from a back three to a back four, which he does. Do lose to Brighton under Chris Hughton, trust me, those Germans will be back knocking the door down again to ask the questions again. That's not going away.
Meanwhile, it's West Ham against Chelsea. Chelsea coming to this game off the back of that match in Greece in the Europa League. Sarri not happy with the time that he's had to recover, bring up the fact that obviously in Italy maybe games could be played on a Monday night. We talked about this in extra League. No one complains when they've done the Champions League on a Wednesday and a Saturday. Thursday and Sunday is exactly the same thing.
The only simple
sympathy I do have is playing Thursday, Sunday for some reason it's a psychological problem for players. In my
Wide, very evident again.
And he's a right-footed player playing out on the left wing. Most of the time he'll chop it back onto his right, bend balls into the box. That time he tried to go down the outside on his left foot. Wasn't a good cross. Once again, Icardi's having a slight go at him. Being better on the ball than people give him credit for. That was a great ball with the outside of his right boot into the space.
Likes of Barreto and Vieira warming up for Sampdoria. Bypassing Brozovic. Same old story at the moment. And Asamoah went sliding in. It is Inter's ball. Haven't found consistency so far this season. Found consistency so far this season. Defeats to Sassuolo and Parma. Just the one domestic win so far. A good one too, mind you, against Bologna. Mauro Icardi with absolutely zero. Zilch to work with so far.
Apart from that last pass from Skriniar, I thought he should have done a lot better in that situation. You mentioned it in the commentary. Big first touch. Once he got down there, I thought he was going to certainly get a shot away with his left foot, but his first touch took him towards the byline.
Bonetti and Miranda, the two players on a caution, one for each side. That's a lovely pass. Wonderful vision, great execution. Icardi drops to the edge of the area, goes back inside. Oh, and off the post! Goodness me, Aldero, I don't know whether he got his fingertips to that. What a ball initially out to Candreva.
Well, we talked about being a right-footed player, playing out on the left-hand side. This time he was on the other side of it, but he still cut it back onto his left foot. It's a cross-come shot. Brilliant effort from Candreva.
Initiated the genius of Brozovic. He's not happy with that armband. We saw earlier that Colliarella had a problem too. Candreva, a wall of blue. Linetti. Again, that diamond very evident once again. This time the full-back caught out. D'Ambrosio against Quagliarella. Lovely reverse ball, and then Linetti tumbling at the wrong moment.
What a bit of play from Quagliarella. First of all, to find that space out wide, then dragging it back so he could reverse the ball for Linetti. Big chance for Linetti just to roll it along the 6-yard box. Had players going into the box.
Bit more mobility for Politano in this second half, perhaps. Here he is. He was glued to the right touchline most of the first half. Politano. Via Tonelli.
You're saying how could either coach change one or two things? Well, it looks as though Spalletti has changed Politano over to the left-hand side, giving him a little bit more licence to roam. Candreva to the right.
Things make a difference, and psychologically, as a player, playing on a Thursday
side, but a number of players, the Croatian players obviously getting back from the World Cup, they're kind of fixated on certain things that I'm not sure necessarily make sense, like the idea that they need a specialist deep-lying playmaker. When Brozovic, I think, when he's okay, he can do the job, or also Borja Valero there. I think he has to find the right pieces and fit together in the right way. And the fact that Raja Nainggolan missed the first 3-4 weeks of the season hasn't helped either. He can be the leader that they need.
Meanwhile, Milan taking on Atalanta. Gab, what have you made of Milan so far?
I think they're good. I think, you know, they can go top 4. I love the Caldara-Romagnoli partnership at the back. Higuain looks definitely up for it. His movement's been good. He looks sharp. Nobody's making any fat jokes anymore. Samu Castillejo gives you something different when he gets on the pitch. They have the creativity now in the front line with Çalhanoğlu and obviously Suso as well. I'm not 100% on board with Bakayoko, but that's okay. They have other alternatives. I mean, look, there's a gulf between Juve and everybody else, but I don't see any reason why Milan couldn't compete for that second or third spot.
Meanwhile, you take a look at the table. Ancelotti has got Napoli 4th at the moment after 4 matches. A lot of talk about Marek Hamšík's future at the club, Gab.
Yeah, obviously, look, Marek Hamšík has been at the club for what feels like 30, 40 years. It's not quite that long, but you know, he's actually scored more goals for Napoli than one Diego Armando Maradona. But you know, you wonder where he fits in. Ancelotti's still experimenting with formations. Hamšík, I thought, didn't have a great season last year under Sarri either. And with all those wingers he brought in, with the fact that you know, we saw the 4-4-2 in midweek in the Champions League, Hamšík doesn't really fit 4-4-2 at all, which is why he was on the bench. Looks to me like he's going to build this midfield against Zielinski and maybe the long-term Fabian Ruiz.
Just a reminder, for a lot more on Italian football, be sure to download the latest edition of the Serie A Awesome podcast. Paolo, Mina and Gab bringing everything you need to know. Interesting stuff from Griezmann on the front page of AS this week, saying, I'm eating at the same table as Messi and Ronaldo. Sergio Ramos, not particularly impressed with that, saying ignorance can be brash, everyone has freedom of speech, but he should listen to the likes of Simeone, Godin or Koke, people with decent principles, as it would serve him well. Is that right? Is that Messi involved in this?
Well, Sergio himself, isn't
Yeah.
But he might be serving Messi and Ronaldo at the table. He's not dining with them.
No, I don't think it's even a
Maybe he's
conversation.
coming up with these little.
What's he doing? He's got a
You've never been a waiter, by the way.
Terrible waiter.
You've never been a waiter.
But yeah, I mean, that's I mean, well, if he thinks that in his own mind, fine. But that's arrogance, because he shouldn't be saying that.
But from a coach's perspective, if you had a player saying that, would you encourage it in the sense that that's confidence? You know, if that can translate on the pitch, it can't do any harm, or would you tell him to calm down?
I think it would depend on the character of the person. You know, if you're coaching a guy like Griezmann, and if you go up to him and say, hey, by the way, calm down, what are you on about? And you know it's going to affect him, then you don't do it. Doesn't mean it's the right thing. It doesn't mean it's right what he's saying, but you don't want to knock him.
Right.
Because he's playing for you.
But we know what Griezmann is like. He released that half-hour video saying he was going to stay at Atleti. You know, he
So he loves himself.
Well,
He
he's
believes he's got a higher
I would like to think Ronaldo loves himself as well.
I would like to think the player would take the mickey out and without hurting his feelings, just have a little go at him to try and maybe just calm down a little bit. But you don't say that. You know, anybody who asks you that question, if you're a player, the first thing you say is, that's not for me to say, that's for other people to suggest whether I'm in that table.
You're right.
Not yourself.
You're right. I mean, if he wants to have a high opinion himself, fine. What's it? Sorry, but if Ronaldo does love himself, there's no doubt about that. But Ronaldo bags 50 goals a season for the best part of 10
But
years.
is part of loving himself as Griezmann make him a better player?
Well, but not in that league. Not in that league.
But if he believes it and he's a good player,
Diego Simeone won't care if he believes it, as long as he's playing well for Diego Simeone and Atletico Madrid and producing the goods. He won't care what he says. If he doesn't, he'll need to say to him, look, forget all this Messi and Ronaldo stuff. Just try and be the best Antoine Griezmann you can be, please.
Gab?
The only way he's eating at the same table, other than serving them, is that he's one of the most important attacking players on a very good team. But that's it. I don't think he helps himself with these comments, because if he wants to say down the line both Messi and Ronaldo over 30, and he thinks he can be, he thinks the gap is closing, maybe in his head, sure. But there's really nothing to be gained, I think, in comparing yourself to Messi or Ronaldo, unless you happen to be Messi or Ronaldo.
Back to Sergio Ramos for a moment, who of course made history this week. The most yellow cards in Champions League history. Of course, he already owns the title, the most red cards in La Liga history, and the most red cards in Real Madrid's steam history. Speaking of Real Madrid, how does Craig think they'll get on?
Well, that's a yellow card.
Against, is it Real Sociedad they're playing?
No.
No, who are they playing?
Espanyol.
Espanyol, yes. There you go.
This went really well, as you can see.
On the website.
यहाँ एक स्टंप उड़ता है तो लगता है तीनों क्यों नहीं उड़ी। यहाँ बैटिंग होती है और बैट्समैन भी। यहाँ जेंटलमैन का गेम थोड़ा कम जेंटल होता है, क्योंकि ये बात सिर्फ खेल की नहीं है, ये है इंडिया टूर ऑफ ऑस्ट्रेलिया इस नवंबर सिर्फ सोनी 6 और सोनी 10 पर।
front down there.
Hold on, a professional player. Had he been out the night before, or was
I have no idea, but it's the most disgusting segment we have ever done.
It's only strong, actually, man, it's not. No, it's not. Here's the deal.
Oh, dry your tears.
Oh, poor old Jules.
Hey.
Did it come with those glasses?
It did actually. That was at the fair, wasn't it? With the,
I'll have that. As a youngster, he went down and went, I'll have that nose with those glasses.
and that tax.
Do you know what though? At what point have you come in here in the last 2 or 3 weeks and said, I'm convinced Man United are going to be consistent? I'll tell you, none. In the green room back there, when we're not on camera, oh, they're bad. Oh, Mourinho. And now we sit here and say, oh yeah, they're just going to go through.
Good. Right. Let's just say.
Why be a hypocrite?
Jay-Z or Kanye West?
Oh,